Boom Boom's sitting outside the door. Look at him guarding me. I'm sitting out here in the garden house this morning, y'all. Boom Boom won't see him, but if I let him in, he'll hop up here in my lap. And uh, sun's out this morning. Let's read the morning post this morning. Hey, everybody. I didn't like the lighting out there in the garden house and the sound, so I come back up on my little perch here on my back porch, trying to hide behind this tree right here to get away from this morning sun bearing down. But anyhow, I'm fickle like that. I want to look good. I want to sound good. I want it to be good, you know? So let's try this. Morning Post. Eddie William Sellers coming to you from East Point, Georgia. Hey, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Substack, Blue Sky, whatever. You know, look at me. For those of you people that probably comment to yourself sometimes like, boy, Eddie sure does post a lot of stuff. Well, I get a check every month from TikTok. Why shouldn't I? It's stuff that I enjoy, and plus I get a little bit of money for it also. But anyway, I used to think that anyone who would murder someone had to be kind of crazy or some kind of mental illness. My stereotype was of some kind of deranged homeless person that just went off the deep end. The sun's moving on me, y'all. How could anyone kill somebody else and be sane? If you watch murder shows, it's actually kind of common and happens every day in cities all across America. 23,000 people a year are murdered here in the United States. How can anyone binge watch the first 48 for one evening and think we don't need any gun laws? It's just crazy to me. Of course, that ship has sailed now. There is no way to confiscate hundreds of millions of guns now. All that did was increase crime. It is just as easy now to buy a gun as it is to buy a honey bun. Another way the conservative right kind of screwed over the country, left us defenseless with lots more crime because of all this NRA stuff. For years, I would go down to the Fulton County Courthouse, and then I'd have to walk across the street to the Fulton County Sheriff and get my gun permit. And I had to have two handguns, and I always wanted to be legal, so I had to go do that, a registered gun owner. That was just way, way too much intrusion for the fanatical right. No, we need to do away with all that. Just let anybody get a gun. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And then they wonder, like, we don't have enough jails. Of course we don't. There's guns on every corner. Lord. Maybe the killer of Charlie Kirk wasn't a deranged lunatic as everybody likes to make him out to be. Well, at least everybody over on the conservative side. Oh, he's a deranged lunatic. Maybe he wasn't. Killers show up and show out every day in Atlanta, in Georgia, in America, New York, and California. They're everywhere. They're killing people. There's a lot of killing going on. Maybe you can tell I lay there all afternoon on my sofa, me and Boom Boom and Gracie, and I heated up a frozen pizza, and I binge watched about 4 or 5 episodes of the first 48. Good Lord. You never know there was so much crime in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Good Lord. In Mobile, Alabama, and New Orleans. Good Lord. Where did all the guns come from? You know? There are reports that the shooter was in a relationship with his trans roommate. Now, there are reports coming out of the White House that they want to classify trans persons as a terrorist group. What are we living in, y'all? 1939 Germany? Go figure, a white guy from a white family in an all-white state shoots somebody, but Donald Trump in the White House wants to take and categorize trans persons as a terrorist hate group. That's MAGA logic we're living with in the year 2025. That's MAGA logic. Somebody make it make sense. Maybe when the next Democratic president is elected, he or she could ban Fox News. I'd be okay. Now that we're going down this road of authoritarianism and fascism, when the Democrats get their shot, let's just stick it in them also. Let's just ban Fox News. It should have been banned years ago. And while we're at it, ban Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan and all the other lunatics that fill the airways, you know? And put Steve Bannon's ass back in jail where he should be. And while we're at it, just go ahead and deport Sean Hannity to that prison down there in El Salvador where they sent that young man they rounded up, and give Sean a case of Vaseline to take along with him so the guys can have some fun down there with him. Ain't I being all Christian-like this morning, Holy Ghost filled? Oh, my goodness. Everybody talks about Donald Trump having payback for his enemies. Vengeance, they say. Remember, payback works both ways. Vengeance works both ways. The days could come where we get to do unto others as they did unto us. Payback could be hell coming from the left, since this is how the game is supposed to be played now. Seriously, though, y'all, classifying trans people as terrorists, what is this, Germany, 1939? I'm writing for the first time this year while sitting out in my little garden house. The morning is quiet. I slept hard last night. Inside the garden house, things are peaceful. We have to find peace in the midst of trouble. We have to have hope for a better country, hope for a better world. My Uncle Ace used to sing, "There is peace in the times of trouble," with his little guitar. "There is peace in the midst of the storm. There is peace though this old world be raging in the shelter of his arms." Yeah. It is still hard for me to believe that some people are reading this and are our neighbors and people we know and people we love. Yet they support the daily chaos that is now our country, the lies, the disruptions. They are putting other people's lives at risk. Should it surprise us? Did they show us who they were all along? They are unmasked now. We see them differently. I see them differently. They are not innocent in any of this. They stood in long lines to make sure they voted for the chaos that is now our country. They have innocent blood on their hands, although they'll never accept it. But their hands are dripping with it. A lot of people's going to lose their lives in all this, and a lot of people already have. Mississippi has the highest murder rate in the country. New Hampshire has the lowest. But you won't see troops in Mississippi, in that ruby red state. If you ever watch an evening of the First 48, how can we have no gun laws left in this country? How can we have people in the White House who wants to classify a trans person as a terrorist? How low can a country sink? I've got a feeling we haven't seen the bottom yet. The collapse of America continues. Good Saturday morning, sweet people. It is going to be a beautiful day here in Atlanta. It already is at 9:20 this morning. The coffee is good out here in the garden house where I went and spent my morning. Love y'all.